Hello everybody, it's Sandra from the Funky Pickle Thrifter. We're going to have a look at some of my recent eBay sales. I have actually been out of town quite a bit over the past few weeks. I've been on vacation and I also had to leave town for business. eBay really doesn't like that. They want you to be around for your customers, so I think my sales maybe suffer a little bit for that, but what can you do? I had to put 10-day handling on most of my items, all of my items, actually. Anyhow, it is what it is. I'm glad you're here. We've been selling on eBay since 1998. We don't offer free shipping. The purpose of this video is to just share with you some of the items that I've sold in case you can also find the same items that you can flip quickly for a profit. All right, that's about it. Please subscribe to the channel if you want. Like this video if you do like it, and we will get going right now. This is a very rare and unusual item. I don't think I was even able to find any comps on this. I had 3 or 4 of them. This is the last one. So Screen Gems, I think it was just a television company. I don't think they did movies. Not sure. But I think they did Bewitched and a bunch of other shows too. So take a look at that. That's probably from the 60s. It had that kind of cool starburst. I got these at a Goodwill like a few years ago, and like I said, this is the last one. I was going to keep it, but I decided to put it up, so I think I paid $1.99 each for these, and I sold this one for $20. I found this t-shirt at a yard sale for $1. I didn't know what Mutter Museum was, but I thought it looked interesting because it has this skeleton on it. Let me see if I can enlarge it. Hold on. When I saw it, I thought maybe it was a special thing. It says on the bottom, the College of Physicians of Philadelphia. So I looked up what this museum is, and they have a lot of old specimens and things, and also a lot of antique medical instruments, which seems kind of like an interesting thing, right? So that's why I picked it up. I paid $1, and what did I sell it for? Sold it for $14.99. I got a very large collection of these last summer. I think I paid $25 for the whole collection, and I think so far I've made $200 or $300 out of it, and I still have a whole box of these. So this one happens to be black velvet, but it's a piece of fabric that's printed, as you can see, and then there's a pattern. So you would paint the fabric. The name brand on these are either Trichem or Artex, which I think became the same company. One bought the other or something like that. Anyways, great thing to look out for, and I sold this one for $34.99. I love this item. So this is an afghan kit, not for the whole afghan, I don't think. It's just for that middle part. And it is outstanding. Wow, look at that. This is vintage. It came with the yarn. The Rise Stevens Wild Rose Afghan. I looked up Rise Stevens. I think she was like an actress in the 50s or something, so I don't really understand what she has to do with this. But the name brand on this is, I don't know how to say that, Clocastrang, but it's also Bernat, which I have sold many, many times in the past. Anyway, I think I paid $2 or $3 for this one at a yard sale, and I sold it for $39.99. Here's a CD that I picked up from kind of a junk store slash flea market-y kind of place, and everything was $1. The CDs and DVDs were $1. A lot of them were still sealed. I don't think this one was, no. So this one just looked weird. I know who Manfred Mann's Earth Band is. They famously covered Blinded by the Light, which was written by Springsteen. Anyway, I thought that it looked kind of cool. It's from 1997, so that wasn't really their time period, so that's why I picked it up, because I thought it looked a little bit odd. Paid $1, sold it for $19.99. I love finding old Christmas items, and this is kind of cool. This is a little tinsel Christmas tree for your tabletop. It was just a tiny little thing. Well, 12 inches, not that tiny. I think it's from the 50s. I could be wrong about that. I paid $1 for this at a yard sale, and I sold it for $17.99. I think I found these items at a yard sale, but like a few years ago, I was going through some jewelry and having a look at some stuff I wanted to sell, and I pulled these items out. So this is a necklace and a bracelet, and these are called love knots. I think love knots have been around since ancient times, but they were very, very popular in the Victorian times. Wow, look at that. This is just gold filled, but there is some yellow and some rose gold. Rose gold just is pink. I think they add copper to it or something like that. How pretty. So I think the love knot just represents love with no beginning and no end. It stays together forever. I think legend has it that in the hundreds of years ago, lovers would make a love knot out of tree branches or something. And if it stayed tied together for a year, it was true love. There's something like that. Anyway, I know I didn't pay more than a few dollars for this at a yard sale, and I sold it for $124.99. Great sale. Really, really beautiful items. Very romantic, right? I just found these a couple of weeks ago at a yard sale. They were $5 each. I have never even heard of Rampage, the movie. I had no idea what they were, but I did look them up with my phone as I was standing at this sale. It was actually a garage sale. And they were all new in their boxes. They looked kind of interesting. And then when I looked them up, I saw that they did sell. So I just lotted all three of them together, paid $15 for these, sold them for $150. How much do you love this plate? This is a Goodwill find. Our house is a very, very, very fine house. So when this song was written, Graham Nash used to have a romantic relationship with Joni Mitchell. I bet you already knew that. So this one day, they go shopping somewhere in Laurel Canyon, I believe. So Joni Mitchell and Graham Nash are going past, I think, an antique store window. And in the window, there's this beautiful vase. And she goes in, and I don't know how much it was, but it wasn't cheap. So she says, no, I really don't want to buy this vase. It's too much money. So Graham Nash says, you have the money. Don't be ridiculous. Buy the vase. So anyway, she buys it, and they go back to her place, and they walk through the door, and he actually said, I'll light the fire. You place the flowers in the vase that we bought today. And he was like, oh, light bulb moment. He sat down at the piano and he wrote his hit song, Our House. So there's just a little bit of music trivia for you. This was really a very cool oval ceramic plate. It was very oversized. It was absolutely gorgeous. I think I paid maybe $2.99 for this or $3.99 for this at a Goodwill, like I said, and I sold it for $19.99. Here's another Manfred Mann CD. So this one is a twofer. So there are two complete LPs on here. I think this was an import as well. I can't read it, but I don't, yeah, there it is. Duh. It's right there. Made in Germany. Well, there you go. Spent $1 for this one in that place and sold it for $16.99. You may have seen me talk about these items before. I bought a whole box of these at a yard sale for either $3 or $4, and I'm selling them for $10 all day long. This one is Pisces. Here's one that's Leo. I love those really vibrant colors. Such a cool item. Oh, and here's a Libra as well. So cool. I love those. Here's a little compact I got at a thrift store. I think I paid $1 or $2 for this, but this really was a sweet little thing. First of all, it's celluloid. Look at how pretty that is. And there's like, I don't know if you can see that, but that's like a cloth thing, sort of like threads, like a sewn on thing. And then that was painted, those other things on there. Hopefully you can see that. I'm not really describing it very well. But this really was a pretty little thing. Somewhere on the bottom, it was definitely in somebody's purse, but the top looked gorgeous. And I sold this one for $14.99. Cute item. I don't usually buy comic books because it's not my area of expertise at all, but I was in a thrift store and they had a box full of these and they said Kaboom on them and they had a little bit of age on them. They were from, I think mostly from 2015 to maybe 2017. So I bought the whole box for $10. I think so far I've made maybe $80 or $90 on them and I still have a lot more to sell. So I lotted them up by what looked like, the same year and the same theme, and I sold this lot right here for $14.99. Here's yet another one of those keychains / pendants that I got. I sold this one for $10 too, of course. That's what the price is on all of them. This is a Scorpio. Notice that the colors on these are very, very vibrant and they look very sort of 1970s, which I thought was a really huge selling point because it's very retro and very cool looking. And the technique here, it's sort of similar to plique jour, which is where they take this stuff. It's sort of like clay and they like put it in the spaces in between the metal and then they fire it or apply heat to it. But apparently it's a very tricky thing, but it's a very beautiful thing, plique jour is, because you can see through it, light passes through, and it's kind of interesting. Anyway, that's not the case here. These are just plastic, but look a little bit like plique jour to me. As always, if any of my YouTube viewers bought any of these items from me, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I think the next few items did get purchased by a YouTube viewer. So that's very, very kind of you, and I appreciate it. This is a little piece of fabric. I love buying fabric when I see it, and I thought this was kind of cool. Activision Blue Dragons. I don't know if that has some sort of it must have a video game tie-in, right? Just 1 yard. I think I paid $1 for this at a yard sale and sold it for $11.99. Now, this fabric came from a collection I bought from a guy who cleans out old houses, and he had, I think, 2 or 3 or maybe 4 totes full of fabric. And I think that's where this piece is from. I think I have at least 2 totes left too. I'm still working my way through that. But anything that is kind of critter related like this, bugs and things, and cats and dogs, or holiday related, those are the fabrics I try to look out for. And anyway, I sold this little piece for $9.99. This one was 2 yards. I think I got this Joan Rivers necklace at a yard sale. I think I may have paid $5 for it. But it's really cool. I really like the mechanism here. So the bottom of that necklace, I probably didn't show it. Yeah, oh, look at that, I did. Huh. They snap on, so you can change out the flowers, and it always looks like you have a new necklace on. And I thought those were pretty cool. So paid $5, sold that one for $36.99. My kind of girl bought these earrings. These are the kind of earrings I love. They were gigantic, very attention-getting. Look at them. They're records, and they had all those records hanging down. Look how big they are, more than 3 inches. Pretty great. I think I paid $2 or $3 for these at a yard sale, and I sold them for $15. Not bad. I don't remember what I paid for this Juliana necklace. It may have been like $8 as I recall. The woman had 3 or 4 of them. I don't know why I didn't buy all of them, but I didn't. Here's another very large piece of jewelry. I'll show you how big it is. Yeah, almost 4 inches. This was all jointed. Well, not all jointed, but jointed in that one spot. So it had some very cute movement. Wow, look at that. So cool. This one is probably from the 60s, I would think. That's what it kind of looks like to me. So Juliana is not marked because it usually came with a paper hang tag or a box or what have you. So they didn't usually stamp, or I think maybe they didn't even ever stamp the name Juliana on any of their pieces. Now, the name of the company is actually D&E, which is Deliza and Elster, I think. And anyway, I think I paid $8, sold this one for $39.99. Here's another adorable piece of fabric. Anything with kittens and dogs, or trains, or flamingos, or unicorns, or anything collectible like that. Really a good bet. Sold this one for $8.99. This one was 2 yards. Really colorful. Cute. This piece was one of my favorite pieces of fabric. I just love this. I love the woman right there holding those glasses up to her eyes. How cute is that? Oh, look, she has a turban. These are adorable. But yeah, she's my favorite. I think Mrs. Howell used to do that, right? What are those called when you hold the glasses up? Not opera glasses, right? I don't know. Anyway, really cute. This came in the fabric with all the totes, and I sold it for $8.99. How fun is this little piece? Dogs playing guitars and horns and drums. Look, the bulldog's playing drums because of course he is. Everybody knows bulldogs play drums. Sold this little piece for $8.99. 2 yards on this one. And here's another colorful piece of fabric. I love selling fabric because I just think it's fun and it's colorful. It's not like, selling hammers or screwdrivers or something. How boring would that be? This is just really cute. It makes me smile. I love this piece. Another, 2.5 yards on this one. Sherry Stroll, yeah, I sold that before for SSI. I've sold that name brand many, many times before. Sold this piece for $8.99. And here's yet another adorable bit of fabric. This one was only 1 yard, but how cute is that? The white and the black sheep. Very cute. You notice I put a quarter on my fabric just so people can get an idea of how big the print is. Where's the black sheep? There he is. Totally adorable. This came in that same lot full of the totes full of fabric. I found this CD at a yard sale for $1. It was new and sealed. It said Walmart exclusive on it. That's why I bought this one. I do try to pick things up that are on the Motown label. If I see them, they can have good resale sometimes, especially if they are still sealed. There are so many awesome hits on here. All their number ones. How many number ones did they have? Oh, look at that. Some of Diana Ross's solo stuff too. All right, 24 number one hits. Pretty cool. I like the artwork on this one too. I love that hot pink. Paid $1, sold it for $14.99. I know almost nothing about anime, what is valuable, what isn't, but my mom and I were at a yard sale last summer and this guy had a whole table of it. And I think he charged us $75. We bought out the whole table. We made our money many, many times over. This was a DVD set, Blu-ray, and it was sealed. And I think it may be in Japanese. I wasn't really sure if it was in English or Japanese. Anyway, hopefully the buyer knew and they're not going to be upset if they are only Japanese. Not sure. Anyway, it's hard to say what we paid for it because we did buy out the table, but we sold this DVD set for $39.99. I bought a massive collection of underwear and some Hanes t-shirts and what else was in there? Negligees, nighties, all kinds of really pretty items from the 80s, 90s, some stuff from the 70s, a few things even from the 60s. So I have a lot of these girdles. I was selling them one by one for a while, and then I decided to just start lotting them up because I have to make room. So I put these four together. These are from JCPenney's, all new with new with their tags. eBay does not allow any used underwear, I don't think, anymore. I think they used to in the day, but now it has to be new with tags or else they don't let you post it. Anyway, I sold those for $24.99. These were a recent pickup for me, but I don't remember where I got them. I may have paid $1 or $2, but I love this name brand. It's Miracle, and I think they may only do Scottish jewelry. And this is just beautiful. Both of them. Really high quality, nice and heavy, you know. So these two brooches, I paid either $2 or $4 for the two of them, I think. And I sold them for $39.99. A great name brand to look for. I got this Star Wars Lego set at the same yard sale where I bought those Rampage, the movie figurines. So I think I paid $2 for this. Maybe she wanted 3, but it was new and sealed. So if I see Legos and they're new and sealed, I will usually buy them if they're cheap enough. So yeah, sold this one for 20. Look at these pretty antique earrings. These are blister pearls. My understanding is that these no longer occur in the wild, but these were in the wild. I think these are from the 1900s or the 1910s. Now, a blister pearl is actually the inside of a shell that has gotten an irritant on it, and it forms this nacre over whatever the irritant is. I think these are so pretty. I kind of wanted to keep these, but they're a little bit small for me because I have long hair. I have to wear big earrings or they kind of get lost and you can't see them. And the other interesting thing here is they were marked sterling, but they didn't look sterling to me. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty weird. Anyway, the name brand is Salm on these. This is not a very common name brand to find. In fact, I could almost find nothing on this company. Anyway, I can't remember what I paid for these. Probably $1 or $2 quite a while back. And I sold them for $39.99. Great profit. Really beautiful old earrings. Have a look at this really beautiful and unique necklace. This was sterling silver and garnet beads. I've never seen anything like it. Now, I think I got this as part of my haul from that antique store that was, you know, no longer open, and I bought a lot of jewelry from her. It's not old, but boy, is it beautiful. Now, I wasn't getting any bids on this, not bids. I did buy it now. I think I started at higher and I didn't have any interest, so I lowered the price to 40, but I was just about to take it down because I think this necklace is probably worth 3 times that amount. But I was going to put it in one of those in-person auctions, you know, because if somebody could see it and hold it, I really felt like the price could go a lot higher. But just when I was thinking of doing that, somebody jumped in and bought it, which is also fine. So paid $1 or $2, maybe as much as $5 for this one, and sold it for $39.99. Not complaining. It's all good. Just a very, very beautiful necklace. I think I got these tiny little kitty cat earrings at a yard sale. I think I may have paid $1 for these, but they're sterling silver. They're just so cute. It's very hard to get good pictures of little items. Oh, look at that. These are really fun. Sold these for $8.99. Here are 2 more CDs that I got from that CD and DVD place where I am making so much money. So this is by a group called Dino, Desi, and Billy. Dino is Dean Martin's son. Desi, of course, is Desi Arnaz's son. And Billy, I think his last name is Heshi or something. Henshi. I think his father was a sound engineer or something, but they went to high school together. When they first started out, I think Desi Arnaz Jr. was 11. Just little kids. So this first record is a twofer, right? There it is. It has 2 albums on it. I'm a Fool and Our Time's Coming. And then the other one was just the best of. Not a bad price, right? So I paid $2 for these and I sold them for $24.99. I bought this brooch a long time ago because I didn't know what it was. I'd never even heard of such a thing. George Walter Vincent Smith Art Museum. No idea. But it came with its little paperwork, Springfield, Massachusetts. There it is. The George Walter Vincent Smith Centennial Brooch was inspired by a pair of cufflinks which belonged to Mr. Smith and were inscribed with his initials, GWVS. So I think I was originally trying. Oh, I had the same picture twice. That's weird. I think I was originally trying to get more for this, but yeah, nobody was buying it. So I didn't want to lower it too much because it was a very unique item. I couldn't find anything like it on the whole internet. So I don't know what I paid, probably $1 for this. I believe it was a yard sale find, and I sold it for $50. Here's another girdle I sold from that same lot. I got $12.99 for this. I think this may have been the one. I got an interesting email from somebody who said, "Is this girdle comfortable?" And I said to myself, "Are you crazy? Girdles aren't comfortable. Is there a comfortable girdle? I don't think so." So I wrote back and I said, "I'm certainly not going to try it on, but I will guarantee you it is not comfortable. So you probably shouldn't buy it." And I can't remember if they bought it or somebody else. Anyway, just sort of a humorous question, I thought. Sold this one for $12.99. I bought this item a few years ago, actually, and I was keeping it thinking that I would wear it. I actually got 2 of these at a yard sale for $1 each. So the person who sold this didn't understand what it was marked with. It said 14K DE. So a lot of times when you see 14K and then there's initials after it, yeah, it might mean, GF for gold filled or EP for electroplated and so on. But DE is just the company who made it. That's all it means. So this was, in fact, 14 karat gold. Now, I put there that the retail price was $8.79, but that was on their website. But that was, oh, okay, yeah, it was on sale for $600. Well, still, these diamonds look so real. The name of the company is Diamond Essence. And this was a real, real beauty on white gold. So paid $1, sold it for $150. I know one of my viewers bought this beautiful ring, and she sent me a wonderful message, and she said, I would like to buy some gold on eBay, but I'm afraid I'm going to get it and it's not going to be real. So I really wanted to buy something from you because I know I could trust you. So this one was, first of all, marked, and here's a great example. It was marked 14KP. I'm sure when I bought this at a yard sale, somebody thought that meant 14 karat plated, but it actually means 14 karat plum, which just guarantees that the amount of gold in this, because all gold is an alloy, right? Pure gold is 24 karat. So this one is 14 karat. So there are some elements in here that aren't gold. And the law in different countries allow, I think, a different amount that it can be under what it states. So say if there's a piece of gold that's marked 14K, for example, it might be 13.4 karat only. And this P mark guarantees that it's at least 14 karat gold. So I hope that made sense. I'm just rambling on. Well, look how pretty this is. This had a beautiful blue topaz. And what I really love about it was shaped like a heart. How beautiful is that? I bought this at a yard sale. They didn't know what they had, so I'm sure I paid $1 or $2 for it, and I sold it for $79.99. Great profit and a great price, I think, that my buyer got too. Really beautiful ring. I've had this mug for a while. I thought it was going to be an easy sale because it is Palm Beach Atlantic University, and I thought it was kind of cool with that swordfish, and also just that it was sort of blue marbleized. Cool little item. Sold this one for $14.99. Bought it at a yard sale for $1. This was a yard sale find. Shirley Bassey. I think she sang famously one of the Bond movies, right? Did she do Goldfinger? I think so. Anyway, I just bought it because it was Shirley Bassey. It was new and sealed and looked interesting. So paid $1, sold it for $10. Here's another CD that I got with that lot. Off Seasons, Criminally Ignored Sides from Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. So people who are really into Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, they want something other than the hits. Some of these may have even been unreleased, not sure, but this is on Rhino Records. I love buying stuff on Rhino. Paid $1, sold it for $11.99. I bought a box of these exact items many, many years ago, I would say in the 1990s at a yard sale, and paid a couple of dollars for the entire box. I think at this point I may have 3 of these left, and I am looking to sell them because what am I going to do with them? I can't play them. You need a special machine to play these. It's called a play tape music machine. And anyway, Beach Boys stuff, very, very collectible. So didn't pay a lot for it, and I sold this one for $29.99. Sometimes when I'm looking at CDs at yard sales and I see one that says "as seen on PBS," I buy it just because I think it might be a thing. And this is a CD and a DVD, new and sealed, no brainer. Paid $1, sold it for 10. A few weeks ago, I bought 7 boxes of costume jewelry from an auction that I really like to go to. And as I was looking through the box, I was actually looking through it on my YouTube channel. I picked up this bracelet and I said, I just love the way this thing feels. It's just like soft and nice feeling, all those chains. And somebody left me a comment on my YouTube channel and said, hey, I think that's a Tiffany's. You should check that out. And it is. So how about that? I knew there was something good about it, right? So I took out my loop and there it is, T&Co 925, Italy. And I did some research. This is not a knockoff. This is a real deal thing. Now I had this up for $250, which is kind of where they're selling, right in that zone, $225, $250 or so. But I did accept a best offer. Somebody reached out and said, I really like this, but I like it $150 worth, not $250 worth. And I thought about it, and it's kind of like I could hold out for a better price, but I really went with the bird in hand thing here, and I sold this one for $150. Now the rest of that jewelry, the rest of the 7 boxes, I took a couple of other pieces out of it too that I really loved, and then the rest I threw back in the auction, so I got all my money back. So this is all profit. Really beautiful Tiffany bracelet. I almost never buy shoes and clothing and stuff like that, but if they're Nikes, yeah, sometimes I take a look. I think these were $2 or $3 at a yard sale. They looked like they had lots of life left. I don't know how to clean them. I didn't clean them or anything. Fly steppers, no idea. Anyway, sold them for $34.99. Nice profit. Here's another DVD set that I got from that same place. This was $1. Even the box sets were $1. And this one had a little bit of problems. See the kind of bowing on the top of the box there? Not great. But the discs were beautiful. It was still in shrink wrap. So the Thin Man, the complete Thin Man collection. I think I may have seen 1 or 2 of these movies. Sold this one for $34.99, paid $1. How beautiful are these earrings? I got these at a yard sale, I think, for $1. And I just love these. These are Bob Mackie signed. These were probably sold on QVC or something. Look how nice those are. Don't you love that? I love those white rhinestones, then the gold, and then the black enamel. I think it's really, really pretty. And there's the signature. I don't know if you can see that, Bob Mackie. It's in script. And of course, I like to take photographs when I think of it on this little measurer thing so that people can see very clearly what the size is. So paid $1 for these, sold them for $9.99. I'll take it. Look at this beautiful vintage pin. I have no idea where I got this. I can't remember if it was part of a haul or in a lot or bought separately, but this is amber. I really love amber. I love amber jewelry, and I put my black light on it. See how it glows, that sort of yellow. Beautiful piece. I can't remember if it was signed at all, and I don't know where I got it or what I paid for it. I don't think I would have paid more than $1 or $2. I usually remember if I pay up for something. Anyway, sold it for $28.99. Here are 2 more CDs I got from that same place. I thought they looked interesting. They were on Rhino Records. I love me some Rhino Records, so I sold both of these together for $14.99. I really like that pop art too. That was something else that I just thought was interesting, and I also love power pop, and this was power pop. One was from the 80s and one was from the 90s. Some great songs on there too. Oh, look at that. They're using the Campbell soup thing. Andy Warhol. Anyway. I love a lot of those songs. All right, moving on. Sold those for $14.99. Here's another CD I got from that same place. I love Brian Wilson. I think he is an absolute brilliant, brilliant guy. But this had a lot of cool stuff, different takes, different studio stuff. There's some dialogue on here. Wow, look at that. 5 sessions. Very cool item. I'm trying to see. I don't know if this was a U.S. pressing or not. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Paid $1, sold it for $14.99. I paid 75 cents for these Beatles cards many, many moons ago, and I sold a bunch of them for a lot more money than this. I think the highest number was $90 or $96 for one card. This is a very, very rare Beatles card. It's by a company called Plaques. They were made to kind of be broken apart and then kind of linked together like a chain. You could hang them from the ceiling or on the wall in your room. And I had kind of another, however many I sold here. They're all gone now. This was the last that I had. And I just decided to put them all up, buy it now for $14.99. And they did all sell to the same person. And they're really cute. Go, go, go with Ringo. And then this one, the boys from Liverpool are real cool. That's great. I think that might be when the Beatles were in Miami. That's what it looks like. Look at this corny one. Hats off to the Beatles. Funny. Ah, floating heads. I love floating heads. Hail the Beatles. And here's one with no pictures of them. And I think that is the last one. So sold those all for $14.99 each. Oh, one more. Okay. Beatles, you're beautiful. Really cute items. I love those. I just bought this one recently for 25 cents or 50 cents. I did this recently on a haul video. I love buying Lucinda pins, and this one I thought was particularly beautiful. Maybe, more beautiful than many I've seen, just because I really love the colors, and I love these sort of Hawaiian flowers, and also it had a bird on it, so that's why I bought it, and I thought, well, maybe this one will sell individually. Oftentimes with Lucinda, I lot them all up, and then I sell them all for one money, but I decided to sell this one individually, so paid 50 cents, I think, and sold it for $22.99. Here's another one of my keychains. Sold this little dog for $9.99. I bought this one not too long ago. I think I paid $1 or $2 for this one in a local thrift store. This was in beautiful condition. I maybe priced this one too low. I couldn't really find a lot of comps. This is St. Patrick. It has that Jim Shore look. I think it may have been wood. I'm not sure. I had never heard of this Fioretti collection. Yeah, clearly marked on the bottom. Really nice item, I thought. So I think I paid $1 for it, something like that, and sold it for $21.99. I got this item from a huge lot of jewelry that I bought that was mostly J. King jewelry, but this is one that I picked out. This is a very, very beautiful blue bracelet by Givenchy, and I love this thing. Almost kept it. Almost kept it. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So great. And there's the signature and their little logo thing. Hopefully you can see that. Maybe I'll just enlarge it real quick. So here's their logo right here. And here's where it is signed with their name. I believe at this estate sale, I grabbed this off the dollar table and I sold it for $14.99. Look at this beautiful necklace. I think this one may have been part of that large jewelry store haul that I did. But these are garnet beads. They're kind of clustered together like that. And then it had this kind of cool closure on it, like this cloth rope kind of thing that you could pull and make it longer or shorter. I love this thing. Don't know what I paid. Probably, I don't know, $4 or something, and sold it for $39.99. I believe these two t-shirts are from either the 90s or the early 2000s. So this was just part of that underwear collection. I have a lot of Fruit of the Loom t-shirts. New and sealed, sold these two for $14.99. Look at this cute piece of fabric. This one is by Alexander Henry. I have sold that name brand many, many times before. 1 yard, sold this one for $9.99. This is part of that same lot with all the totes. Here's another cute piece of fabric. This one was 2 yards. Really cute little dog. Sold this one for $11.99. And more dogs still. Nice and colorful, nice and playful, very happy, right? I like the dog with his tongue hanging out. Anyway, sold this piece for $8.99, and I think we have one last thing. First of all, what is going on with my finger? That looks, yeah, I don't know. It's very wrinkly. Anyway, what can you do? So I bought these earrings. I think these were $1 or $2. More kind of sleepers found in a local thrift store. So beautiful. Look at those hoops, gorgeous amethysts. And there's the mark, 14K. And then I weighed them out, some nice weight too, 1.6 grams. So great profit on that. Wait, I don't want to look at the fingers. Anyhow, thank you so much as always for joining me, everyone. I hope to catch you soon. Leave me a comment below. Happy eBaying to everybody. I hope you have some good luck and you're able to flip stuff and make a bunch of money. I hope to catch you soon. All right. Have a great day. Bye-bye.